joined by Andrew Montlake, a director at the company Coreco. Thank you for joining us. How are you finding the FSE London so far, Andrew?
It's really good. There's a lot of good people here. It's always good to see all the industry get together at events like this. I think they put on a really good show, and I always find it really, really useful.
Now, I think one of the hot topics at the moment is the impact of the Mortgage Credit Directive on the mortgage market. Do you think this is going to make it quite difficult for brokers, would you say?
I think it's more difficult for lenders rather than brokers per se. I think lenders have a lot of work to do in the background to get their systems and their criteria up to scratch. For brokers, I think the only real element is potentially a bit of confusion, a couple of grey areas around consumer buy-to-let, what is a consumer buy-to-let and what isn't. But I think it's quite easy to get their heads around. Once brokers actually look into it and get their heads around it, I think actually our job shouldn't really change too much.
So remortgage is an area where we're seeing quite a bit of activity at the moment as well, maybe a bit of a rise when it comes to homeowners need to kind of be prepared for it. So do you see it slowing quite a bit once the bank rate is raised, do you think?
Well, no, I think probably the opposite. A lot of people have been waiting, they've been sitting on their laurels. They've heard that bank base is going to rise and Carney has been crying wolf. So I think a lot of people won't actually move. So I think once base rate does move, and we've got the US decision this week, that'll play some part on whether the UK rises. But once the base rate does move, then I think you'll see an initial phones ringing off the hook, and then it'll ease off a bit.
So when it comes to bridging lending, had a fantastic year. We're looking at, I think it's 11 months now when it comes to kind of an average with regards to the loan. So it's kind of suggesting that the perception of bridging, which used to be kind of seen as a short term kind of fix, if you will, do you think this is going to kind of move now in towards being specialist lending? Can that be said or not?
Yeah, I think so. I think those in the sector worked really hard to re-professionalise it. I think it's come more to the fore. It's a lot more mainstream. More people are thinking about it now as a viable option. Pricing is more attractive. So I think for specialist brokers, it's actually already there. And I think that will continue for the foreseeable future.
So when it comes to communication then between brokers and lenders, what do you think is most important for them to be able to have this mutually beneficial relationship?
It's really important to have an ongoing dialogue between lenders and brokers and communicate the key issues. So lenders need to listen to brokers about what their client wants, where the gaps in the market are, and how brokers work. The amount of work brokers are doing now on each mortgage case has grown exponentially since the mortgage market review came in. But brokers also need to understand where lenders are and the issues that lenders face. So there's no point annoying any particular lender and burning bridges, because we only have a finite number of lenders in the industry. So one case is not worth killing a relationship with a lender over. So it's all about communication and continuing to talk. For the industry to go forward, we have to go forward together as a partnership.
Well, thank you for joining us and enjoy the rest of the expo.
Thank you.